Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Try It Out Tuesday, as always, on a Tuesday, here on the Be Crafty Facebook page at 8 p.m. It's a little bit after. Lost track of time. It happens, what can I say? Right, so this evening you may have seen that we are going to be launching some new stamps this evening. These are them, they are beautiful. Okay, so as you join us, if you could give this lovely Try Out Tuesday, I promise it will be, a share, I would really, really appreciate it. I'm actually just going to do that right now. There we go. Okay, and then as you join in, give us a wave, give me a hi there. Hello Alison, hello Shazar, JJ and Dominique, how are you? And anyone else who's there that I can't see yet. Okay. Hello Caitlin. Off she goes. Cheeky Rice Krispie Square, and off she goes. Okay. How are we all? Right. So here is the dealio. Yes, we are. I've had so many questions today. Oh, you're doing another new stamps launch on Be Crafty. Does that mean you're not going back to Hobby Maker? Yes, we are going back to Hobby Maker. We're back on Hobby Maker at the end of the month. Okay, but these stamps in particular, these drawings, I've been sitting on for a while, and I'd already sent them off to be made into stamps and all this sort of thing. And then we were like, but how are we going to fit these in with the Hobby Maker show? Because we wanted to do something different, because we did sort of doodly ones on the last one, sort of hand-drawn-esque ones. So we were like, we wanted to do something different on the next Hobby Maker show. But I was like, yeah, but Sam, I really want to start using these. And she said, well, we'll do a launch. And I was like, yeah, but it's Easter holidays, so we don't have a chance to do a full launch, okay? So what we've done is we have done a small run of these, okay? So there is limited numbers. So we've done a small run of these, and because I want to start using them, and that's it, really. There is nothing altruistic about it. I just want to start using them in my crafting, and in order to do that, we have to have launched them. It's that simple. So I have been stamping. These have only arrived very, very recently. I won't go into how recently, but shall we say very, very recently. But they've been at the stamp manufacturers since December. So it's just been a case of finding the right time, and I was just like, yeah, they're going to make great Easter presents and a lot less calories than an Easter egg. Yeah, but to be fair, you can get a little Buttons egg for $1.25, so I get these and a little Buttons egg. There you go. It's all bases covered, really, isn't it? Right, so these are on the website individually. If you're just saying, well, I just like that one, or I just like that one, or that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. So you can buy them individually, okay? But we have put a bundle deal on as well. There are limited numbers, like I say, individually and as part of the bundle. And I have to say, once they're gone, I don't know when we'll get them back again. That is sort of it right now. Okay? So, here we go. So we have Journaling Essentials 2 and Journaling Essentials 3. You remember Journaling Essentials 1 was launched last month. Okay? With the sketches, birds and flower stamps. We also have these two awesome background stamps. Now, what we decided was that the smaller, if you remember the art backgrounds, that's 4 on like an A5. We actually thought 2 on an A6 would be better, because that way you're only picking 2 at a time. And do you see what I mean? So we'll probably be doing some more sort of A7 size on an A6. Whatever. And then some more freehand borders that I was playing with. And like I say, these were all drawn when I did freehand borders 1. But you can't just do an all borders launch, although that is very tempting. I can't lie. So we do have all of these done. So Sam's put a link on for the bundle for you. So would you like me just to start stamping them out? Because like I say, when we usually do a new stamps launch, when I do my first demo of the day, I usually just stamp them out for you, don't I? So you can see everything. But obviously we've got quite a lot to fit in for our Try It Out Tuesday. So what I'm going to do actually is I will start stamping some out, okay, but I'm going to pick a selection. So if there's something specific on these stamps that's really like, well, I want to see that one stamped out, then you're going to need to ask, because otherwise I'm going to be picking and choosing what I'm stamping, okay? So let's start at the very beginning. According to Julie Andrews, it was a very good place to start, okay? So we'll go with Journaling Essentials number 2. Now, in all honesty, I have been stamping and cutting this out so much to use with so many things. You'll have seen on a couple of samples I've been doing. So this one I've stamped in. This was actually a tag that I made when the prize ribbon came out, and I did all the different blues on the back so you can see how it looked different compared to all the others. So what I've done today is I've been using the prize ribbon to stamp, let me lift that up a bit, to stamp some of the Journaling Essentials 2 on, okay, onto the background. And then the sort of tulipy bellflower things, they are on Journaling Essentials 3. Okay, but that's just to show you how quick and easy it was to do that background. Alright, so let me move that to the side. But I've also done, you may have seen this one. Now, this one went on the Facebook page more recently. So, this one I made yesterday. And I stamped on with VersaFine and with Distress Oxide. Sorry, I'm losing my words tonight and whatever. But I will say this, it was on a Dina Wakley gloss spray background, and I was finding it wasn't drying as well as I wanted to. So I will say I just went over with a load of clear embossing powder, and the way it's picked up that shine and the detail of it's absolutely brilliant, and it's sort of stuck to where I'd been using some of the Distress Oxides as well. So there's sort of really highlighted bits. And then what I've done is these are fussy cut out, as are these inlaid on top. But this is from the borders, and the flowers are from Journaling Essentials 2, but the sprigs are from your Journaling Essentials 1. Yeah. Okay, isn't he cute? I absolutely love it. Oh, the words are from Ticker Tape Set 4. Okay. And one more that I haven't put on Facebook or Instagram yet is this one. This is a tag I was working on. Remember, I don't know if you saw, I did a couple of reels a couple of weeks ago, but then I got sidetracked trying to use up all my tag stash. And this is one I hadn't put on yet because I felt it needed something else. So what I did was, so after I'd used my clear embossing powder, that was it. It was embossing powder just wanting to be used. I used the leaf off this Journaling Essentials number 2. Okay, just to go on here with a bit of my ultrafine gold, and it finished it. You know, like I say, this had been done with the bird and the dude like mandala on it, but I knew it needed something else, which is why I hadn't put it on. Do you know what I mean? And now it feels done, so that'll probably go on to Instagram or that tomorrow. So yes, Noreen, these are 4 new stamps I am launching. Okay, so let's just do a quick thing and then I'm going to start stamping. You've got Journaling Essentials 2, which has got 16 stamps on, I believe. You've got Journaling Essentials 3 that has 15 stamps on. You've got the backgrounds of Semic Splats, because you've got a Semic writing and splats. See, you didn't know I was a wordsmith, did you? And then you've got the freehand borders, which you've got 5 borders on there, and they're just under 14 centimetres long, all of them. See, you are impressed I knew the measurements, though. They actually average at about approximately 13.8 centimetres. I know. I'll wait while you go, oh, wow. I'm impressed with myself, too. Somebody should be. You know. Alright. So let's do some stamping. So, now, as you'll see on the backing card here, there is lots of sort of whited out, cleared out details, okay? So you've got the sort of Semic writing within these leaves. In here, lots of little dots. You know, in here you've got like the little crosses. Now, to get all those to show out to the best ability, best ability. Obviously, you need to make sure you're using the right ink pad, and I'll be using my VersaFine. But I will say, if we go back to this tag here, bear in mind this has got embossing powder on it, and this tag here, you can tell that those intricate, those quite small details on there have come out really well in the Distress Oxide too. Okay? So, don't worry, it'll all be fine. Where have I put my VersaFine? See, Katie robbed my old one, so I know I can't use that. Here it is. So we're going to ink up. Now I will say, oh hang on, I've got something on my stamp. So I've been cutting bits out all day. I have been, today, stamping up, like I say, lots of these for cutting out. These are the bits I haven't got to yet. Today and yesterday, to be fair. You know me, I like to have a good stash of fussy cutting out stuff. Okay, so that's the leaf that's at the top. Okay, lots of the beautiful details coming out there. I'm going to have to quicken up the pace, like I say. Out of the 2 journaling essential stamps, there's 31 stamps to get through. I don't think we're going to do them all. So if there's anything specific where it's like, can you stamp that, then let me know, because otherwise I'm just going to be picking off a few. See, look at the beautiful details that come out. Hang on, I'll pick up one of me fussy cut out ones. Okay, so you do get all those dots and all the squiggles and everything come out really, really well when you're stamping them. Okay, brilliant. We'll speed up the process by putting all of these circles on the same one. Now what I was going to say was, I have been doing lots of stamping and cutting out, and I will say, actually, all of the stamps on Journaling Essentials number 2 will actually fit on your border block. The leaves will, they'll all fit on your border block, which is awesome. Because, you know, you can just get quite a bit of accuracy with it. So, like I say, in an effort to speed things up, I'm going to ink up these 5 brilliant circles, which are great for your mark making and things like that. But it does mean you can repeat a pattern. Look at those. All those awesome details coming out. I am going to put them back on. You are going to have to be patient for that. I'm not willing to lose any of them yet. I'm just not. Okay, let's put on this super square border. Now what I like about this is, obviously you can make it a single file. It comes together as a solid for the 2x8. Okay, but obviously you could cut it down. You could cut down the stamp if you wanted to. Okay. See, yeah, Sam's glad the circles are separate this time because she cuts them up. But this is the whole point. We do some joined together, some separate, you know, to try and keep everyone happy. And you know what I say, when you're trying to keep everyone happy, you end up pleasing no one. But that's okay. I know for a fact these are going to please a lot of people because they're awesome. Like, for example, these 3, these are all together. This is a cracking stamp for adding on. I added it on in black onto here. And you see what it just adds something. It just adds something. You know, and the whole point is, yes, you could mark make these, but this is quicker, it's easier, and it's easily repeatable. Okay? Which is awesome. Right, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do now, because I'm going to take all these little smaller ones. I'm going to put these on. Not the leaf, I'll do that separate. I'm going to put these onto our border block. We're going to ink these up. And put these on here. Okay, now I think we can all agree that that little doohickey there, with all the little spots, that's going to be one of those ones, you lose that one, you're going to be sad. Okay, because we all know how useful that's going to be. That's going to be super, super awesome and useful. Okay, these little circles here, brilliant. Okay, and then we're going to get our fantastic 5-leaf here. Now, I haven't cut out the middle of it yet. But I was having a little play with an idea using the 5-leaf one. I haven't finished cutting it out. And that literally took me a couple of minutes. Okay, all I did was I went round with the leaf, the 5-leaf on here. I went round with my pickled raspberry. Then I went round with my villainous potion. And then with this one here, this little spray, I went round with the twisted citron. Okay? So don't look at these, they're only one type. They're only one type of stamping. They're only one type of crafting. They're not. If you want to create something quite pretty, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, let's move that to the side. And we're going to move on to Journaling Essentials number 3. Okay, so I'm going to give this a little turn around. Turn around. No, we haven't got time for that. So on here, we've got these two. So these 3 are the main focus of the flowers, yeah? But you have all of these mirrored smaller. Okay? Which means you can layer them up and build them up. Fantastic. Alright? So let's go in with our flowers first. Hey, shall we see how brave we are? And we'll do a couple. We'll do a couple at a time, so we can get through everything. Okay, so that's your first 2 flowers. Now, I think what would be really cool with these, what would be really cool? They're just really cool. Something that could be really cool with these, if you mix and match them with the circles off of Journaling Essentials 1, obviously you can easily change the middles of your flowers. Like, super easy. Which is so much, which means they can be something more. Of course. And then we have this one. Now this one's obviously more of a solid silhouette. So if you're stamping this one with your oxides, which I did with the small one, okay, your distress inks, you might lose some of the definition of the fine details, but I actually think it's worth it. I think it gives it a really sort of watercolory vibe. Okay. So then we're going to go on, but I'm using my VersaFine here, so we shouldn't lose any of that awesome detail at all. And we don't, I mean, it's almost like the white bits of your stamp that are removed are almost highlighted where you've not stamped. Do you see what I mean? It's almost like they're glowing brighter, which is wonderful. So if you were stamping these on a coloured card or a already inked background or something like that, you know, you get some really, really fab detail. Okay, I am going to take again all 3. Do you know what? I'm going to take all 3 of the small versions, and we're going to do these alongside them. I have smudged a little bit. I should have heat set. Okay. So I don't know about you. Stunning. Stunning. You know, your circles are a bit more mottled on here, but you'd expect them to be because they're still that fine line. But absolutely beautiful. And like I say, and then you can start thinking about, well, I could layer up that small flower inside this big one, or even inside its own. Lots more you could do there. Okay? Now we're going to go for, let's go for all the small bits and the leaves, and then we're going to come back. You've got 4 leaves here in different sizes. I think there's 2 different designs, but 4 different sizes. Okay, so lots of scope there for building, doing 3-dimensional things. Stamp those on there. And it is important when you're stamping these that you get those lines, because obviously if you want to paint those in, colour those in, you know, you want to be able to see that definition. More importantly as well, if you want them to be left black and white, you want to be able to see that. Okay, now we've got 2 different stems. And again, I'll get that blue tag back in to show you. So we've got this one here. And again, as you can see, most of these will go on your border block. Okay, so we've got this one here. Really pretty, but obviously you could take the top off that. You could do it the other way. You could use this stem for other things. But you've also got this one, okay? Now this is naturally on a curve, but you can straighten it if you want to, okay? So, for example, on the small tag on the inside of this one, this is the same stamp. What I've done is I've straightened it out for these 2 and left it on a curve for that one. It's almost like I knew you were coming and I wanted to show you things. I know. Right. So, but if you stamp that up, this one, instead of being sort of like the black and white blocks, it's more triangle-y, just to give it a sort of different look. Okay. Wow, stamping them in multiples helped us get through, didn't it? All right. So that is Journaling Essentials 3. So now we'll move on. And we'll put that one to the side a little. I know I urge you with the ink pad. Now we're on to our 2 backgrounds, okay? So we've got the Islamic writing and the splats. Now we do have individual splats coming at some point, but like I say, we're struggling to know when we're going to schedule everything in right now. So, you know what? We might just end up going off the edge a little, but it's alright. I think you'll get the point. Tell you what I'll do, I'll turn it around. So we've got the loopy bit up here, and we might fit it on. So Sam uses this a lot on her pages. If you are not, you know, very confident with it, you're not comfortable with it, but you like the effect on your backgrounds, you can stamp it on. You can heat emboss it. You know what I mean? You make us sound like unexpected guests. Oh, no, no, no. Not at all. To be honest, I never started trying out Tuesday assuming you guys, you know, I know everybody's busy. Everybody's got things on. I love it when you join me. I know lots of people catch up and lots of people are busy, and I know it's the Easter break. Okay? So, we know we're not some big fangled company that can offer you everything you could ever want. We just try. Okay. And then I'll try it again. I'll see if I can squeeze everybody on by rotating, and I probably can. So we're going to squeeze on these splats. Now, I can't lie. This is one of those where I'll probably use mostly freehand to add on sort of like a splatty effect. Again, if you love the splatty effect, but you don't want to be messing with flicking ink and stuff around, I totally understand. I'm a mucky pup. I can't even say I make it look appealing, can I? You know, this is a great way of adding that to your projects. Alrighty. So that's 3 stamp sets. Cool, we are going great guns. And now I've got to do, haven't I? Now I've got to do the other one. Lost my backing card for it already. No, it's alright. It's over here. It's over here. It's all fine. Okay, and then we've got our 5 new borders. Now, I will fully admit I actually haven't had time to play with all of these yet. I have played with some of them on my yellow tag that I started yesterday. This one here. Which, funnily enough, when I was doing it, probably wasn't my favourite one, but it's literally the first one I went for. It's weird that, isn't it? It's not... Do you ever get that, though? It's like when you buy a distress colour or a template set. Say, for example, you buy a Dinkable set and whatever, and you buy it for one specific one or a couple of specific ones, but it turns out it's one of the other ones that becomes your most used. It's weird, isn't it? But I kind of like that, because for me, it sometimes feels you've got bonuses. So, for example, if you buy, like I say, a Dinkable set, and you buy it for 3 out of the 5, but then another one becomes your favourite, it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting to love that one so much, so it's like a bonus. I know what I mean, which is a good thing, I think. Right. Okay, so let's just start inking these up. Like I say, I know I haven't had a chance to use all these yet, so this is quite exciting. So we'll go in with the circly circles first. Okay. And then... Aw, thanks, Noreen. Yeah, but we know we can't always, you know, get new stuff out as speedy as we'd like. You know, people, the big guys can do new collections every week. And trust me, it's not that we don't have the ideas. It's just not feasible for a small business. Now this one's not, makes me think of coffee beans. And there may or may not be a coffee cup stamp idea that followed on from that. But it needs quite a bit of refining, so you know. I'm thinking the autumn for me coffee cup. And if anybody's written that down, you're not allowed to throw that back at me in October if I haven't done it. I don't tell you all my ideas. And it's not because I'm worried anyone's going to steal them or anything. It's because I'm worried you'll hold me to it. Well, she definitely said something about a such and such stamp. Eek, I did. Or loads of mini burgers. Oh yeah, I see it. More than 17, Sam. Okay, and then there's this one, which I've used a few times. Like I say, wasn't expecting it to be my first port of call, but here we are. I actually think this one, like I said, I've used it in a very sort of geometric, fun and funky art journal-y way. But I actually think it would be really good for Christmas as like little presents. You could get your coloured Pigma Microns and do little bows on the top, and it could be little presents. You know. Just the way my brain was working the other day. I know, it's impressive my brain was working. I heard you. Right, and then this one. Now this is actually quite lush. And I see this one working really well with the more sort of pen and ink style, like the birds and butterflies, because I think it's just sort of like a really good bridging stamp between the two styles. I don't know why. Again, I just see it that way. Okay, so I'm actually pretty impressed that I've managed to stamp all of the stamps out. I'm glad I did multiples at each stage. So yeah, so that's all the stamps in the bundle. So that's quite a lot, as you can see. There's no words in this bundle. I think they'll go beautifully with the mixed messages that we launched last month that Sam did. I'm so sorry, I'm getting... they would do that, and obviously with the ticker tape, I thought they were really nice. And on the... So that's the mixed messages, isn't it, Sam? That imagination. Is that on the mixed messages? With my bird and my doodle art. But I think the thing is here, you can see, you know, it's using the black and white media paper, the doodle art mandala, the sketchy birds, the mixed messages and whatever. It's about bringing all your stash together. Okay? I didn't want to just have a sample ready for you using all the new things, because obviously you know what I'm like. Okay, but this needed finished, and it just was, and it was sat there, and I was like, that's perfect. So you don't have to. It's just about using it to create, and a lot of these are real mark making stamps, so they're going to work around a lot of your bigger images. Okay, so for example, sorry, I'm just grabbing it because it's just on there. This is a card I made last week for the Journaling Girls Day. Okay. But you can easily see how these would work in with with your journaling girls. Okay, look, that looks like it's supposed to be there. Yeah? Looks like it's supposed to be there. What is that by my right hand? By my right hand? My ink pad? I'm confused now. Okay, but you see, so it's just... So all of these will work beautifully with all your existing stamps. Okay, let me take another one. Let me just stick my hand in, grab another one. Okay, so the bird, this is a sketchy bird stamp, so this was done with all the new, and there's your Journaling Essentials #1 there. Obviously these are black and white, so it would be better if they were green, but you know, these were tuck in with your sketchy birds really, really well. Okay, what else we've got up here? Obviously, most of it's going to be new stuff. Let's have a flick through what we got. Oh, that's one I haven't finished yet. So this is, I put a picture on, I think it was our Instagram stories last week, about I was using up some scraps and stuff. So this was one of those, which I haven't put on Instagram yet. So so this is from the Journaling Essentials #1. Mix that in with some Journaling Essentials #2, or because they've got the big circles there, bring in the little ones here. Well, I think we know how that's going to be finished, don't we? Because it all just works together. So you've got the Journaling Essentials 1, you've got some doodle art mandalas in the back, you've got doodle art sunflower. They're just going to work. Okay? So, oh, the compass stencil came. I know, it's awesome, innit? Right. Oh, I've got fussy cut bits flying everywhere. Nope, that one's attached. Okay. So, I saw someone ask, it was the Ranger Gold embossing powder. I'd like to say it was a super fine, but I actually think it was... Oh, it was a super fine. That's one of my older tubs. That's the one I bought because I couldn't find that one. You know, it happens. It happens. Okay, so we've got a few more people in. Let's just have a quick run through. We have 4 new stamp sets tonight, which are available in a bundle or individually. Okay, we have a new freehand borders. We have the background Semic Splats. We have Journaling Essentials 3 and Journaling Essentials number 2. And that is all of them stamped out in their absolute gloriousness. Okay, you can see all the detail you've got within these stamps. You know, all those little fine lines, the fingerprints when Bev doesn't dry her ink. Do you know what I mean? That make these so cool to add to all of your projects. Okay, so let's grab a tag and let's work. What would you like to see? Would you like me to see me like sort of put together a tag like that, or shall I quickly show you how to do this wreathy thing? You pick. I don't mind. I have loads of tags I haven't used, and I can easily do a wreathy thing. So I really don't mind. Chat amongst yourselves. Tag. Wreathy thing. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to do both. I'm going to do both. Do you know why? Because I can. That's winning card. That's not what I'm after. Okay, wreathy thing first. I'll do it exactly as I did it. Okay. So on a piece of card, this is actually lighter than card, but that's okay. This is some of my super smooth. I got a very high-tech piece of equipment. I got a Smiggle chocolate chip cookie pencil that I have obviously stolen from my daughter. Okay, sorry, she steals stuff out of here all the time. Okay, and then I got a roll of double-sided tape. And I drew a light pencil mark around the inside of my double-sided tape. My border block. You could do this actually with one of your smaller Super Skinny Slims, but now I'm just so used to using this. That's the issue. So here we go. We're going to take our picked raspberry and the leaf off Journaling Essentials number 2. And we're going to give that a bit of a clean because there's still some black ink on it. You know, I'm not going to get too into it. I'm just going to give it a little wipe off. It does look similar. It's the same. It's you know, this is something I remember doing years and years ago. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to do one at 12, 3, 6, and 9, and then put one in the middle. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm going to get my villainous potion. But what I'm going to do is face it the other way. And we're just going to go in the gaps. This is the thing as well, you see. Did you know that Be Crafty is 21 this year? We predate so many of the bigger companies, but because they shout louder. They'll have you believe they invented the... Okay. So you do that, and then we're going to go back to our Journaling Essentials number 2. I'm going to get the little Spriggy Doohickey here. Again, I'm going to put it on the end. I'm going to get my Twisted Citron. And I'm just going to put that... On the other one, I'd left some quite big gaps. I'm not going to lie. It was my first go. So I easily knew where I was going to put them. But on this one, it's slightly it's not as obvious. But there you go. And it really is that simple. Okay? But obviously, you can do them on a much larger scale. You could do it with the bigger vines and leaves on there as well. I think it would actually be very cool using that one. And then, for example, using that one going the other way or something like that. Rather than the same one. So that's really cool. Alrighty. On to a tag. We discussed a tag, we shall do a tag. Right, so let's go along the lines of something like this. Okay. So let's have a look through my tags. So these are all the tags where I've shown you I've used through the years. Using different colours and themes and different products to show you what we were using. Okay. That one's got a bird on it. See, I want one with a little bit of white still on it. If I've got one. They must be the ones I use up first. Okay. Let's go. Let's go with this one. Okay. Let's go with this one. And we're going to do it in a similar fashion to this one. I haven't got many little ones cut out, but that's going to be alright. Because you're still going to get the gist. I just need a piece of paper, because if we're going to be doing heat embossing, which we all know can be a risk for me, but that's alright. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add on some of the vines with the black stamping. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get that and just prove my point. See, there we go, middle of your border block, absolutely fine. Use my VersaFine. I'm going to put that one across there. And then I'm going to ink this one up and put it down here. I think I actually used did the oxides first last time, but that's okay. And then we'll go to the other one, the rounded leaf. We'll do that one coming up here. So now, in fairness, this is drying quite lovely because it's not on a glossy surface. So for example, had I done it on this one, I probably wouldn't have heat embossed. But I'm still going to chuck some clear powder on there after, and we'll see what happens. I think there was a little bit more coming down here. Okay, I'm going to go to, oh no, I still need that. Picking out some of the colours. It's whether you decide to go with the green or the pink. I'm going to go with the pink actually. Got my picked raspberry here. Okay. Put that on there. Do that up here. Oh, that looks beautiful actually. I think I'm going to put some more of these up here this time. Oh, that looks beautiful. Okay. Like I say, just as I did, because this is what I did yesterday. Grab some detail clear. This is very old embossing powder. If you look, it has actually stuck to all of those stampings, even the VersaFine. I'm going to grab my heat tool. what I love about this is the oxide, okay, is only still wet in a couple of places, very similar to on this one. So you only get a little bit of the shimmery bits on the pink ones. So it gives more texture. Yeah. Okay. Then we will grab our borders. Okay, we could use a different one, couldn't we? I think we'll go with that one. Okay, and we're going to add that in. Down here. And also up there. Okay, and that's sort of, now we're starting to frame it a little bit. Okay, now if you can look at this one, you know, so it was very yellows and oranges, so I went really to the red for the crosses in order to bring that out. Okay, so what I'm going to do on this one is I'm actually not going to go to green, I'm going to go to blue. Okay, so I'm going to get my prize ribbon, which seems to be my default blue now, I have to say. I remember when prize ribbon came out and I was still in my I'm disappointed it's not a yellow phase, because I wanted more yellows. And I was like, we don't need another blue. We don't need another blue. And now it's my default blue. Kind of comes back to what I was saying, doesn't it? The other earlier about, you know, when you get something is, you know, you're like, well, I'm not going to use that as much, and then it turns out being your favourite one. Okay, so then I'm going to go to the little crosses that come with it. Thing is, and you can rotate this one. It's quite cool. You can rotate them both, actually. I don't know why I said that. What a ridiculous thing to say. Okay, and then we're going to give it another waft with the heat tool. Just to make sure those bits I've just stamped are right. Okay, now, like I say, I haven't got any more of the little ones cut out yet, but what I do have is some circles. So I'm going to we'll take the other flower, as we've used the other border, we'll use the other big flower, and we'll use some of the circles, I think, to create the small bits. So the first thing we have to do is cut them in half. Okay, so we're going to cut this one in half. It really doesn't matter where. It really doesn't matter where. And then we'll cut these. We need to cut two of these in half. So we'll use this one and this one. Alright. So, and then we'll grab our collage medium. And we're going to start down here with this spriglet and that circle. And we're going to go up here, that sprig, and this one. Doesn't really matter. I have mini bulldog clips, I keep them with while they dry. Then I'm going to put a line along here. Okay, I'm going to do a half, then a larger flower, then another half, and on here put your other half flower. Okay. So it's also a great way to use up any unused stash. This would make a great card front. Okay. And then it's just about picking a sentiment, really. So I have got, like I say, I've got some ticker tape 4s cut out, which is where I got that one. Let's see what else I've got here. Something big. Oh, I've got another imagination, but I think that's just too big. So we'll go with the future is in your power. I'm going to put these out quite neat, just with a slimline border, shall we say. So we'll get that. And that's how easy they are to come together. Okay. So, I'm hoping that has given you a really good look at the new stamps. Sam has put all the links on for you, and I will go on and put another link on afterwards. Thank you so much for joining us. Your support means so much to a small business like ours. And honestly, anytime you can put a little heart on something we've put on Facebook or Instagram, honestly, it really, really helps. So thank you so much. Sammy, I thought you disappeared, funnily enough. So yeah, I hope you love the new stamps as much as we do. Like I say, they are on a limited run at the minute, but we really appreciate your support. And if you need anything else, or you can't find anything on the website, please let us know. But please make sure you're following us on all the socials. That's Facebook, which I would hope you are as you're here, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Fantastic. All right then, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of your evening. Bye.